questions. One of them, to begin with, is what do you think has been the impact of the Kissan movement as well as the different movements carried out by CITU on the electorate and in the last elections that we had, parliamentary elections?
So broadly, Kissan movement's impact we have seen. Wherever the Kissan movement was strong, there the BJP has suffered a setback, and the Kissan movement was supported by the working class also. In almost all the places, whether it is in Haryana or Punjab or in other places, the working class has played an important role in taking the demands of the peasants among the workers and mobilizing broad support against the policies of the government. And that had an impact. The struggles of the working class, where the CITU has played an important role during the entire period of the last 10 years, raising the issues of wages, the working conditions, attacks on the basic rights of the workers. These were, we have been able to bring them into the discourse. Because of those struggles, even when the BJP tried to divert the attention of the people against these, the day-to-day issues towards Ram Mandir, etc., etc., but these were in the discourse, and the opposition parties also raised. And in this General Council meeting, what we have noted is even in states, particularly in the rural areas, it is not only the peasants. Our Anganwadi workers and our Ashas, etc., these scheme workers, they have conducted campaigns, and their struggles and also their role during the elections, according to the decision taken by the CITU working committee to defeat the BJP government, they have tried to implement that, and that has received support from the people. And even in different states, Haryana, Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, etc., they have reported that this was an important part because of which the BJP might have won, but the majority got reduced in several parts. And in addition to that, this experience in different parts also is there to certain extent. But of course, among the industrial clusters, BJP gained, but at the same time, the campaign did have an impact on the working class, in that at least considerable sections of the working class, they have campaigned and also voted against the BJP in these elections, because of which the margins have come down. In many places, you might have gone into the details, but in several seats, the margins of BJP have been reduced.
What, according to you, has been the impact on the ordinary citizens of India? How do they really associate themselves with these movements, or do they, like those working for the IT sector, they hardly consider themselves as workers. They do not consider themselves as workers. There's a kind of labor aristocracy amongst them. How do you bring them into the fold, into how, make them understand or realize the importance of unionization and how it is very
See, this idea that IT employees are considering themselves as professionals and they are not considering themselves employees, that used to be there, but gradually it is weakening. Since 2008, we have observed at the time of the financial crisis and later also, and particularly today, when in several states the governments are exempting the IT sector from different acts, increasing their working hours. For example, in Karnataka, they have decided that 14 hours work, and they have exempted them, continue to exempt them from the Standing Orders Act. And similarly in Telangana, Shops and Establishments Act, they have exempted. So these developments have are bringing more and more IT employees into direct action also. For example, recently in CITU, the Karnataka, the IT union, they have conducted a campaign and also a demonstration August 3rd against this 14 hours working day proposal. And during the campaign, when they conducted demonstrations, what they observed, earlier they were they were not coming onto the streets, that is one, but now they are coming onto the streets. And even now, earlier they were not demonstrating in front of their own offices, they were demonstrating somewhere else. But this time what they have observed is in front of their own offices they are demonstrating. And not only the union leadership has to go and convince them to come out, they themselves are organizing demonstrations and are inviting the union leaders to address them. So there is a change that way. And in these elections also, in many states, in Bengal, in Tamil Nadu, in Karnataka, wherever they are organized, they have come out against the BJP government. They have been campaigning, and not only in the elections, in other cases also. During this 5th April Mazdoor Kisan Sangharsh rally which we have conducted, at that time also several IT employees have directly gone to the Delhi borders and extended support to the Kisan movement. In their respective places they have conducted campaign in different forms, and many of them, particularly where CITU has unions in Bengal, then in Tamil Nadu, in Kerala, etc. And even CITU, though officially it is not affiliated to CITU, but it has been participating in the calls given by CITU. So they have actively been campaigning on all these occasions. Whenever there is joint trade union movement has given a call for strike or that, they may not be participating in the strike, but in the campaign they have been participating and extending solidarity.
Comrade, another issue that...
Here, one point you need to note. The IT sector was not considering themselves as worker. It is the beginning phase because they are projected as professional. But out of their own workplace experience, it is not that we have drawn them. We tried, but they could come at a time when they started realizing that we are also a worker and we work for others. Then only they started coming. It cannot come prematurely. So they started coming, and during this period there are a number of initiatives by the big IT companies to offload manpower. Because it was a primary strategy of most of the IT companies. When the worker goes up to the salary level too high, then they just dislodge them and get from down below. So whenever that broad big move was made, in Calcutta it was made, 𝒄𝒉𝒂𝒏𝒏𝒆𝒍, Cognizant, they have made it. In Tamil Nadu it was made, in Karnataka it was made. In many places they started coming out. That was the very critical point. And thereafter they could be gradually brought to union. Out of their own experience they realized that we need to collectivize ourselves. It is not unionized that we must collect ourselves, collectivize ourselves, and then that reality was brought and we are trying. We are yet to stabilize. Finally their movement will stabilize when ultimately they would develop company-based intervention. This has just started. A very recent, as Comrade Hemlata told, the recent Karnataka case demonstration, many IT companies they have organized this time demonstration. So gradually it's taking a shape and it will take time. It's a altogether new sector.
Another emerging sector is the gig workers sector. And here in Kolkata, at least our experience has been that young boys and girls involved with this industry or with this sector, they don't feel comfortable associating themselves with any union because they are scared that if they associate themselves with any union, especially with CITU, then they are going to lose their jobs. And some of them did lose their jobs, and these startup companies did threaten them that if you join any union, you are not going to we are going to throw you out. But this sector, these employees we all know are the most exploited amongst the employees that we have. What are your plans to safeguard the interests of these gig workers?
You see, this is the most exploited thing, not only that. That typicality, I think, which our people should understand, our movement also should understand. The typicality of these gig workers' conditions is that the whole implements of work, the car, the fuel, everything belongs to the workers, made is by own money. He just move here and there and get the commission out of the charge, service charge that was charged by the app owners. This is a typical, it's a kind of perversion in the whole profit generating mechanism. Earlier it was production, you do some labor, get the return, and out of that, whatever produce that you sold in the market, you get the profit. This is they are the type of the victim of the process. The capitalism is undergoing through this perverted process. I think these need to be identified and made popularized. They also started realizing, and they are now gradually coming out, although their app was closed and many things have happened, wherever. What till now we are activities on this gig front in Bengal, in Tamil Nadu, in Karnataka to some extent, in Andhra Pradesh, in Telangana. We have just started working in this front, in Kerala. So these are, and also in North India to some extent, in Delhi and adjoining areas. Everywhere the initial this thing was there. But subsequently they identified themselves that they must come out. And very recent, a big visible action was seen among the urban company workers. Urban company workers, where these gig workers at least 7-8 places in the country, they hold their demonstration. Everybody is not coming, a part of our union. Some initiative was taken by our unions, and that spread as a news. They are very much technology savvy in the matter of passing on information. That information has goes and there are actions. So gradually this is also a new sector which are the victim of worst perverted process of capitalism are now coming and joining them in the struggle, and definitely the danger is there. They are facing that danger, but yet going on. And as you have seen in Calcutta, they could mature their involvement in the union process to such a level that many of these Ola, Uber comrades, our union comrades, are serving here as the major transport service for this 3-4 days General Council meeting of CITU. We have seen, we are moving in their vehicle also. They are talking us, much more attachment could be developed. So we are quite hopeful of developing it in a big movement in the days to come.
See, the threats and attacks on workers is not confined to only this sector. Yes, they are not, the employers are not directly visible to them, they are not directly employed, it is the platform or the app, etc. But all the same, even where the employers are visible, always the contract workers and those unorganized sector workers and the new form, non-permanent workers, nowadays that also is increasing even in organized sector. All these sections of workers face this danger. But at the same time, and not only this, even the scheme workers in the government sector, they are working under the government, different departments, they are not even considered workers, they don't have any right, and in the initial stages, before they were organizing, they were threatened like this only, they were removed from the service, they don't have anything. But despite that, they have formed unions, they have conducted struggles. So this is in the initial stages, and such initial stages was there at once upon a time for the Anganwadi workers, for Ashas, for midday meal workers. They have all gone through the stage, and now they have able to form strong unions. So we see even in Amazon, they are all union busters, famous for their union busting activities. Despite that, even in the USA, in different countries, Amazon workers are getting organized, they are able to push their demands also. So that is the experience of the working class, and definitely they will be organized. If not today, that process has already started among the gig workers. One is we have decided to conduct a countrywide campaign on the issues of the contract workers. So across the country, on their specific issues, the issues may vary from workplace to workplace. So general demands are there on their job security, on equal pay and benefits. All these things are there as the permanent workers in that particular industry. In addition to that, the industry specific workers also will be focused, and a month-long campaign will be held, and culminating on September 30th across the country in the form of demonstrations. So that will be preceded in every workplace, etc. The campaign will be there. And second, we have also decided to raise the issue of railway accidents. You all know that big railway accidents are happening these days. That is mainly because of the negligence of the government. The government is not spending even the amount allocated for rail safety. Even the CAG has pointed that out. So the privatization, outsourcing, contractorization, not filling up the vacancies, these are all not only affecting the railway employees, but it is affecting the common passengers also. Difficulties are there. Railway cleaning, all these things are contractorized, outsourced, and the number of workers, the contractors are reducing the number of workers, because of which the passengers are suffering, and particularly the issue of safety. Because of these things, so many railway accidents have taken place even during the last 3-2 months. So that issue, along with the railway unions and the CITU will take the initiative. We will request them also. So we will conduct a campaign on why this is happening, what the government needs to do, and holding the policies of the government accountable, and then we will try to hold a national level convention to bring these issues to the focus of the entire country. And along with that, as CITU and also as part of the joint trade union movement, and also along with the joint trade union platform and this joint action of SKM, the actions will be coming. Immediately we will be having on 14th August, we are having Samuhik Jagran. So on the occasion of the eve of Independence Day, we have been conducting that. So remembering the sacrifices by the working class and what they wanted to do during the independence struggle, how they have sacrificed all, and now what is happening, how their basic rights are being attacked, how their working conditions are deteriorating, all these things, which is the result of the policies being pursued by the government, and also against the divisive